I signed my first professional football contract at the age of 25. I know it seems very old to sign a to sign a first professional contract, especially in this day and age. But the thing is, yes, it is old, but I just want to let you know there's no age limit to when you can start, when you can sign the pro contract. Yes, your age does matter because they want obviously they want more younger players, but the reality of things is that they would prefer more experienced players that they know that they have what it takes to for them to achieve their goal, right? Unfortunately for me, I had the opportunity to go abroad to Eastern Europe. That's why I signed my contract. Fortunately, I was able to go out there. I was on trial at first, right? I was on trial, and then I guess the management and the coach they liked me. All of them liked me, and they extended my stay over there in Europe, and that's how I. And after a couple of games with them during preseason, they gave me a contract. They offered me a contract, and I signed my contract, and it was one of the best moments of my life. It was amazing. It was probably the best I felt, literally for forever. But it felt amazing, and I was so glad that I had the opportunity. And you know what helped me through it? I didn't even know I was gonna get the opportunity. That was the craziest part. I didn't know I was gonna get the opportunity. I was just fortunate. But you know what helped me? What helped me was that regardless of me not knowing when the opportunity was gonna come, I stayed ready. I stayed ready mentally and physically because, like I said, I didn't know I was gonna get the opportunity until last minute. So I'm saying this because a lot of time it might seem that you might not get what you want at the moment, and especially my young athletes, they tend to start putting in the work. But this is not the time to start putting in the work because you never know when your opportunity might arise, just like how it did for me. So you always have to keep putting in the work because opportunity comes from anywhere. Opportunity might come from you just putting in the work, and someone might see you across the street and say, "Oh my God, I like him. He's putting in the work. How old are you?" And then boom, you get the opportunity right there, and then, and you're on your way to go try, or you're on your way to sign a contract. It's I'm not gonna say it's that easy, but that's how life works. That's how God works, right? So you have to have that in your mind that just because something is not going your way at the moment, you can't stop putting in the work. You have to keep on going. You have to keep on pushing regardless of the outcome. That's why I like to tell my young athletes, don't focus on the outcome because when you focus on the outcome, you're going to be so discouraged to the point that you want to hang your boots up. This has happened to me. I was so focused on my on reaching the outcome or reaching my goals that I forgot to enjoy the process along, right? I forgot to enjoy. I forgot to enjoy the moment. I forgot the little kid that I was back then. The first time I kicked the soccer ball, how excited and how happy I was. I forgot that moment. But you see, this is what will make you last long in this game because this game can be very stressful, and this is what they don't tell a lot of athletes, a lot of young athletes. Yes, you signed a contract, but that's you signing the contract. That's not where it stops. That's where it begins. That's where the hard work begins. Yes, you got your foot in the door. Now is not the time to take a foot off the pedal. Now is the time to press that pedal more, right? Now is the time. Now is not the time to let your foot off the pedal. Because when you let your foot off the pedal, you start to regress. You start to regress. And that's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to regress. You always want to keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. Be obsessed with it. Now is the time to get obsessed. Now is the time to be obsessive over the sport. Now is the time to be obsessive over your training. Now is the time to be obsessive on becoming better, on becoming the version of who you've pictured in your head for so long. Now is the time to start putting in those work, right? So I like to tell my young athletes that signing a contract is just getting your foot in the door. It's just putting your dipping your foot in the water, right? The real work and the real hard work start when you start training with the team. That's when you know if you have what it takes to be on there mentally and physically. And I would like to talk about the mental side as well. No one talks about the mental side. I remember during my first training session with the as a pro for with the pro team. I've never trained with the pro team, so I didn't know what to expect. Obviously, I knew there was gonna be faster pace. Everyone was gonna be strong. Everyone was gonna be fast, right? I didn't know what to expect going in. I was in my head a lot. I was all over the place. I was like, oh my god, why did they even sign me? Like, am I even good enough? You see, that's the thoughts that go through your head when you start going all over the place, right? So you wanna catch yourself in those moments. That moment is very crucial. You wanna catch yourself in those moments. You wanna come out of it you wanna snap out of it like that. Because when you stay stuck in that moment for too long, it just becomes who you are. You start to doubt yourself every time. But that's the last thing you want to do. So what I did was I told myself they signed me for a reason. I'm here for a reason. Like they saw what I have to offer to the team, and that's what I did. My first training session, I went out. I was breaking legs. I was breaking legs, man. Nah, I'm kidding, man. But I wasn't literally breaking legs, but I was breaking legs for real. For it was nice though. It was amazing because this is what I've always wanted to do since I was a kid, and just me being able to do that in the moment was the best. It's the best feeling, and yeah, it was awesome, man. I signed my contract, and the mental side of the game was so brutal, man. They don't tell you about it, and that's why I'm making this channel, and that's why I'm making this channel to let my young athletes know that the mental side of the game is more important. It's more important than the technical side of the game. The game is played all up in your head, man. It's all mental. 90% of the game, I would say, is mental than technically, to be honest. Because if you're not mentally ready, you can't perform. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're Messi. You can't perform if you're not mentally ready. So you have to be dialed in mentally. You have to be dialed in, really dialed in mentally. So that's my story, and how I signed my first pro contract. I'll be going in. I'll be going through other stories as well. But this channel, I want it to comprise of me breaking down professional athletes like the superstars like Messi, their mentality on how they approach things, Ronaldo, his mentality on how they approach things, Haaland, and so on and so forth. I wanna approach. I wanna talk about it because I have I have my master's in science, and I feel like I have the knowledge to talk about these things, and with my experience playing pro, I feel like it can help my young athletes out. That's why I'm creating this channel. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys stay and you guys subscribe, like, comment, and let me know what you guys would like me to cover, and I'll be happy to cover it. Trust me, I'll be happy to cover it. This is I enjoy doing this because it feels like I'm talking to my younger self. I'm giving I'm giving other young athletes the advice I never got. So this is me doing a service to myself and a service to you guys as well. So I would really appreciate it if you guys let me know what you guys would like me to talk about, and maybe you guys would like me to continue to talk about my journey and how I got released from my protein. But yeah, this was awesome. This was awesome to make, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you.